Is it somebody right on my core? This is the moment you're meant to know.
Like time through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives.
Well, hello there, sunflowers, and how are you guys today? And you know what? I'm quite curious if Ray J and Orlando Brown has officially squashed their beef now that they have duked it out in the rings. Because apparently it was it went through all three matches actually. Who knocked out nobody, but guess what? Who won by a unanimous decision by, I guess, the judges? Ray J won. So because of that, Ray J won over Orlando Brown, and according to news articles, that has officially ended their beef. But we'll see, because this was just Saturday, and as of the recording, I'm recording it the next day on Sunday. So because of that, we'll see how it plays out in the media afterwards, if they have truly squashed their beef or if they're just going to keep up the beef, because apparently this beef is 2 years long. So it didn't just start because they were doing some promotion in June to get us all, in July, could have been June or July, where they was getting us hyped for this boxing match. And Orlando Brown had slapped Ray J with some money across the face, and Ray J said, "You lucky I let that stunt slide," and things like that. And then Orlando Brown was making some jabs at Ray J, diminishing his status as a celebrity by saying, "Oh, you just Brandy's brother," put some respect on Ray J's name, kind of sense that Ray J was feeling. So that kind of beef that they were going back and forth, and then they were throwing insults at each other over each other's family. So it was like, you took a jab at me, I took a jab at you. So then it was like back and forth. And then it's like they were probably getting us all hyped up for this boxing match, so that way it could get some hype, because who was looking for a Ray J and Orlando Brown fighting match? So because of that, it was kind of surprising. And so because of that, they got to get some hype and traction for people to get interested in this thing. Please also tell me, why is Ray J continuing to box, despite the fact that we know that he has a heart problem? But we remember Drewski also made a joke about that at the BET Awards, saying that we was all rooting for you, thinking that he was dying. So because of that, who knows? But Brandy doesn't want to see her brother box anymore. She was there to support him, though. That was great to see. But hey, you know what? I have a clip for you guys to see how the battle was, and you tell me if that's why I'm just like, when you see this, you're gonna be like, A, how is there a winner? B, how did they determine who won? C, did they just give it to Ray J because he's Ray J? And then D, that's what I'm here to read, is, did this put an end to their beef after 2 years? Is it the fact that Ray J has they finally duked it out, and it's just like, whoever wins is the better man? That's what I want to know and want to figure out, because I'm quite curious. But hey, here's a clip of Ray J and Orlando Brown fighting in the ring. Yeah, apparently that was about three matches of that. But hey, you know what? Congratulations to Ray J, at least, because he got knocked out in the second round. And honestly, I think it was just because whoever he was boxing, Super Hot Fire, was just playing games in the first round just to give Ray J a little bit. But then he finally said, "I'm going to knock you out the park." So because of that, at least he lasted a good fighting chance. He had a good fighting chance against Orlando Brown. That's why I'm just like, how did we come to this unanimous decision that it was Ray J's, and how many hits that he had gotten in? Like, could we please bring down the logistics to me on how we determined that Ray J was the winner? If nobody had any knockouts, if you both made it to both rounds standing up. So because of that, Please enlighten me how like MMA works and all the stuff like that. But other than that, I'm just here to do a reading on Ray J and Orlando Brown and their beef. Is it finally over? Is it not? But also, guess what? Who is also headlining here before I move on? And let me know down below in the comments if you want me to know. Clarissa Shields. She headlined this this celebrity match was at the State Farm Arena, and Clarissa was the headliner for this celebrity boxing match, and she was going up against Scott Keys, and she won and reclaimed her middleweight belts. Let me get those exact names for you that she had won. She had won her WBC and her WBA back from Key Scott. So because of that, congratulations to Clarissa Shields on that one. And furthermore, congratulations to Ray J also on winning on this night as well. I'm not sure who else boxed that night, but those were two celebrities that we talk about here on this channel. So because of that, let's just find out. Clarissa has been talking about wanting this. So you know what? Maybe I might pop up and do a reading on Clarissa Shields just because she has been wanting to get this reclaiming back. So I wonder what that's about. But anyway, Ray J, and Orlando Brown. Oh, Ray J, and Orlando Brown. Have y'all squashed your beef finally? Is it officially squashed? How y'all feeling for each other? I think the first card I'm going to pull is for Ray J since he was the winner after all. Okay. Sorry, I got a little bit in there. I was thinking about something else for a second. All right, so Ray J comes out as the King of Cups, and then for Orlando Brown, he comes out as the Eight of Wands. Well, you know what? Honestly, I really do like that because at least somebody is able to move on, and that's Orlando Brown. So because of that, it was Orlando Brown that first made the dish anyway to Ray J. So the fact that now that this boxing match has came, saw, and conquer, now it's like the aftermath of the fact, and Orlando Brown is ready to move on past forward this. And then we see Ray J on the other side is the King of Cups. Is kind of emotional, but you know, he's got a lot going on in his life and got to process anyway. This could have been just another one of those things where he finally was confronting something in his life that has been challenging. So, you know, we're just going to see what is at their foundation of this like entire beef. The Eight of Swords. This is actually quite interesting. It could have honestly been misunderstandings. A misunderstanding is hard to put it, but usually the Eight of Swords symbolizes all about your perspective needs to change. You need to see things from a different way, or you're just, because usually the eights are all about moving on, but here in the Eight of Swords, it is not moving, it's actually stuck. But honestly, she's not too stuck. You could honestly move, walk around, but you just choose to stay in this situation and stay stuck and stay within this feud that the two were having for 2 years. So because of that, let's see if they're going to be able to move forward past that. But hey, before I get there and jump way forward ahead, that's at their foundation, and at their foundation we could always evolve and grow, but this is where they're like stemming from. So let's see what's at their past. I'm not liking the swords. In their past, we have the Seven of Swords energy, but you know what? That honestly gives some sort of merit because that's that sly, sneaky stuff that I don't want to say, like, I'm not trying to come for Orlando Brown, but like I said, they both could have been saying other things to each other. And the Seven of Swords is like, if we're going to be having this like beef back and forth here, there, to have this whole tit for tat, and we're thinking that we're actually getting somewhere with verbal words. Let's just, you know, fight it out, you know, man to man kind of thing, and whoever wins wins. Eight of Swords, trying to change your perspective kind of thing, working and moving, working this all out. So let's see what's up in their head. The Knight of Pentacles. At least it was a good money opportunity. Not that it was like a money grab, but hey, you know what? If we want to, what is it? not optimize. If we want to monetize our beef, why not with the Knight of Pentacles? Why not make a little celebrity match out of it, kind of thing? And, it was one of those things where like everybody kind of benefited. So because of that, it's like they were working as a team, but also seriously at odds with each other all at the same time. So let's see moving forward. We have the Seven of Wands, sorry. And the Seven of Wands could honestly symbolize, now that they've had this fight, they could be, I don't want to say defending their peace, because like I said, somebody has moved on, which was Orlando with the Eight of Wands. So if the Eight of Wands has moved on from the situation, then when it comes like back up or whatever their beef was, it's like, I'm going to put that at bay, put it at rest, because it is what it is, it was what it was, and it happened. So because of that, can't put up too much fight or argument with it because I don't really see anybody, like, honestly, I don't see like any beef. I don't see any like I don't see any like conflict. I don't see any like struggle where like somebody feels like somebody had like gotten over on them, or like it was unfair. It just all seems like it was all done in love, and it was all in fun and games. That's the sense that I want to get. So because of that, it was a real beef. And yes, they monetized off their beef, but it was also just for fun too. And it wasn't taking anything for serious, but also at the same time, it really did mean something, because it does show that there is a beef that has been squashed with this Eight of Swords energy. So let's just I'm trying to figure out what the questions I would want to ask, and also what cards I wanted to use to ask those questions. Are we upside down? Okay. Okay. Oh, this is just fun. My cards are just any which way today. Oh, wow. Oh my. So, let's just continue shuffling my cards right here, and I'm going to pull some cards for Orlando Brown and Ray J. I'm going to pull 3 cards for Ray J and then 3 cards for Orlando, just to see how they're both feeling towards each other now that they've had this. Because we see that it was like a team, but for real, they really was fighting in the sense. So it's like I said, the best man kind of went. So the first card that I'm going to pull for, like I said, with Ray J here, this King of Cups, I was going to ask for some clarity cards. Just tell me, what does the King of Cups symbolize for Ray J and how he feels towards Orlando Brown? Well, we have the fish. We have the clouds. We have the fox. I'm only laughing because that is really fitting for the King of Cups, because the King of Cups just like painted me the picture of Neptune when I saw the storm. I was thinking of the storm over the sea, and I only was thinking that because of the fish right here. So it was just like, and then after all that, the fox came out. So because of that, you would think at the storm after the it's the storm clouds. It's the clouds after the storm that you would think have gotten better. Now that the storm has passed, the clouds are getting a little bit more clearer. But then we are faced with the fox, which is sly and sneaky. So we could still be feeling like that's how Ray J is feeling towards Orlando Brown. This is like, this fish symbolizes, like I said, going back to that Knight of Pentacles. This does represent commerce and making money moves, but also the storm symbolizes trying to clear and just try to clear away things. And when things are stormy, you're not able to make I'm trying to get the best words for this storm because this storm is really complex, but it's like speaking everything about how Ray J feels about Orlando, and it's like mixed emotions, mixed feelings. It's like, yeah, I won, but moving forward, I'm not sure if I'm going to be like cool with him. I'm not sure if we're going to be like the best of friends. Yeah, we squashed this beef, but he's going to be in my circle and somebody that I'm going to trust and want to tell all my secrets to and be like besties like this. No. But do I hate him all at the same time? No. So it's like, well, how do I feel for him? He's a human being. That's like pretty much what he's like down to, kind of thing. Have no love, have no hate, wish you no good, but like wish you no ill will, kind of thing. You just exist, kind of sense. We're in the same circles, but do I want to associate with you? No. So that's like all those things that Ray J is feeling towards Orlando Brown, and that's what this cloud is giving. It's like upset, not like upset, but how the storms come with the rumbles, or when it's like raining and it's like raining, but yet it's still sunny, because we see the storm clouds, but then we also see the sun trying to peek through the clouds too. So it's like there's that mixture of positivity and negativity all mixed up and wound up about how he feels about Orlando Brown. But like also at the same time, it was like worth making a money move with him. It was a great business deal. He could be a great business partner when they can see eye to eye and we're on the same page and things like that. And they're both able to benefit out of it. But also at the same time, moving forward, the Fox is like, yeah, no. So because of that, how does Orlando Brown feel about Ray J moving forward? That's why Ray J could honestly be the King of Cups, because he has all those wound up emotions inside of him that he's still trying to process. Like I said, Ray J's got a lot going on in his life at this very moment, but also at the same time, because he has a lot going on, this is just like one thing that he was addressing and literally going at it head on. So with all that, it's like finally confronting the beast, or like the monster. So with that, on the flip side, Orlando Brown comes out as the Eight of Wands. So I want to see what is that Eight of Wands, that clarity that we can get, because is this like a moving on in malice? Is this moving on in like a bittersweet? Is this like moving on because I have to move on and just accepting it? Like, I really want to know. So we have the wow, the coffin. Well, we have the book. Okay, wow. Imprisonment. Oh my Jesus. Orlando Brown, what is going on? How do we go from the death? Actually, everything is elusive, invasive, kind of invasive? No, not invasive, elusive. We were not really able to see how he's truly feeling. It's like mucked up, and honestly that make him just be like all the feelings that like Orlando Brown just naturally feels when we like deep dive into him, because he is complex as a person and individual. But with this Eight of Wands, him moving forward past this, how he's feeling about Ray J, the coffin, like, the beef that they had, that was done, dead and gone, coffin that was over, where I'm done with it. Eight of Wands energy, moving past this, moving forward. It is what it is, accepting. But then we also have a book. So like I said, like seeing, not being able to like see, they were able to like see eye to eye. This was like a chapter. This was like a book close. Maybe there were some other things that were like talked about behind the scenes and closed doors with this Knight of Pentacles. There could have been other things that they were fighting for out there that maybe we don't know. Maybe this could have meant, but whatever it is, whatever this book is, it's almost giving us sort of alliance with him and Ray J, kind of behind the scenes, but also at the same time, we see an imprisonment all moving forward. You would think, what does an imprisonment have? But honestly, with the death and the secretive book, imprisonment is not too surprising. And sometimes that makes me want to, that makes me wonder, could that just stem back to, like I said, Orlando Brown just being a complex person, an individual, so therefore his emotions and how he sees and views things, and perspective-wise, Eight of Swords can affect the way he maneuvers in life and forms relationships and bonds with people in his life. So like I said, maybe this is just like one of those moments and one of those things that you just got to move on. Eight of Wands kind of energy. So it definitely seems like they're still, even when I look further, it's not like they hate each other. It's not like there's any beef that is going to continue going on between each other. According to the articles, it definitely seems like by the cards, they really truly have squashed their beef in the ring. And Ray J is the so-called alleged victor in all of this. So it's like you said, like they say, you win some, you lose some. So I guess congratulations to Ray J on that. But yeah, with this beef, I definitely see that there isn't too much to look into because it seems squashed to me, honestly. And maybe, like I said, like my hunches was telling me, this could have all really truly stemmed from a money perspective, a money deal, a money, let's just do this because let's, like I said, monetize our beef. We've been beefing for 2 years. Why not get paid? Why not stream? Why not profit? All that, this, that, and the third. So for them to come together and have sort of conversations behind the scene and closed doors, book kind of energy. We don't know what could and who knows, maybe behind the scenes it was told, hey, Orlando, we're going to just make it look real, but we really want Ray J to win, and we want you to make it look like Ray J can stand in the ring because he looks pretty pitiful against Super Hot Fire, so we need a comeback for Ray J and his reputation and how he looks in the eye. So Orlando Brown, can you just take this L for Ray J, and you're just going to lose right off the bat. That's why we're going to have a unanimous decision that Ray J is the winner. Who knows what was talked about behind the closed scenes and behind the closed doors, but it's all a little bit suspicious and curious when you ask me about that. I mean, congratulations to Ray J on winning any of that anyway, but there's a whole lot of things. And with the book and imprisonment, there, like I said, it does seem a little bittersweet moving forward, but also at the same time, it is what it is kind of thing. So it's like accepting it. Dead, gone, buried, that beef we had. Let's just keep moving forward. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading on Ray J and Orlando Brown to see if they have officially squashed their beef. And according to the cards, they definitely have squashed their beef. Was it a little bit PR? I'm getting a 50-50, maybe even a 60-40, 60% PR, 40% beef. But hey, who knows? Let's just, we know that, because like I always say when I do a reading on Ray J, we just know Ray J, A, knows how to play it for the cameras. B, he knows how to monetize off of things because he knows just the pulse of the internet and what people want. So like I said, all that could come together. It could have been a nicely concocted plan that we would have never known was planned, because we know MMAs and like WWE and stuff like that are all kind of planned out and stuff. So you got to think about it, especially because it's celebrities. You just don't know. So with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. It would really mean a lot to the channel. Please and thank you. Give this video a thumbs up. Leave your comments down below. How do you feel about Ray J and Orlando Brown fighting? Do you still want to see Ray J fight in the ring, or do you think, like Brandy, that he should just stop at this point, especially now that he has won? So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Please leave your comments down below. Subscribe and become a beautiful sunflower and spread those beautiful sunflower seeds. And I'll see you guys in the next one. And you know what I say before I go? Hype subscribe to us. And don't forget to thumb us up. Hey, sunflowers.